Okay, good morning to all. Again, welcome back to this mobile computing. In the last class, we had discussed about the near and far terminals, and today we're going to discuss about the frequency division multiple access, time division multiple access (TDMA), and coded division multiple access (CDMA), and space division multiple access (SDMA). So first we are going to discuss about the frequency division multiple access FDMA. So frequency division multiple access is one of the most common analog multiple access method. The frequency band is divided into channels of equal bandwidth so that each conversation is carried on a different frequency. Again, the frequency band is divided into channels of equal bandwidth so that each conversation is carried on a different frequencies. In FDMA method, guard bands are used between the adjacent signals spectra to minimize crosstalk between the channels, and a specific frequency band is given to one person and it will receive by identifying each of the frequency on the receiving end. So that is a guard band in the figure. These are the guard bands between A, B, B, C. So this guard band is used to minimize the crosstalk interference between the channels. A specific frequency band is given to one person and it will receive by identifying each of the frequency on the receiving end. So that is the technology of the frequency division multiple access. Next is each user is allocated 2 channels, and one for the uplink and other for the downlink. So it is one of the most common multiplexing technique. The available frequency band is divided into channels of equal bandwidth so that each communication is carried on a different frequency. And this multiplexing technique is used in all the first generation analog mobile networks like Advanced Mobile Phone System AMPS in US, and the Total Access Communication System is in UK. So that is known as the FDMA, frequency division multiple access. So each user is allocated 2 channels, one for uplink and other for downlink, and no other users is allocated the same channel at the same time. So this is the frequency division multiple access. What are the advantages of FDMA? Now, reduce the bit rate information and the use of efficient numerical codes increase the capacity. It reduces the cost and lowers the intersymbol interference. ISI equalization is not necessary. That is the FDMA advantage. But in case of the disadvantage, it does not differ significantly from analog system. Improving the capacity depends upon the signal to interference reduction or signal to noise ratio. So it is not it's helpful to minimize the noise ratio, the like type of problem. The maximum flow rate for channel is fixed and small, right? So it is a fixed flow control. That means so the maximum flow rate for channel is fixed and small. Guard bands lead to waste of capacity. Though the guard bands are used between the 2 channels, so that is the wastings of the capacity unnecessary within that area. There is no usable source or usable source are not there. So that's why guard band lead to waste of the capacity of the in the FDMA. Next is your time division multiple access. The time division multiple access TDMA is a digital cellular telephone communication technology. It facilitates many users to share the same frequency without interference. Its technology divides a signal into different time slots and increases the data carrying capacity. And it is more expensive than FDMA. TDMA is access method for shared medium networks. It allows several users to share the same frequency channel by dividing the signal into different time slots. Each channel is split up into time segments. And a transmitter is given exclusive use of one or more channels only during the particular time period. So TDMA is used in the digital 2G cellular system such as global system for mobile, GSM, and the personal and the personal time period and the personal digital cellular PDC. It is also used extensively in satellite system. So time division advantage usually permits flexible rates, no guard bands required for the wideband system, no narrowband filter required for wideband system. So there is no guard bands are required. Next is your disadvantage of TDMA. High data rates of broadband system require complex equalization, and due to the burst mode, a large number of additional bits are required for synchronization and supervision. Call time is needed in each slot to accommodate time to inaccuracies or due to clock instability. So what are the disadvantages? First thing is high data rates of broadband system required for complex equalization. So high data rates are required to process this time division or TDM concept. Due to the burst mode, a large number of additional bits are required for synchronization and supervision. So that in much bits, data bits are required for the synchronized process and for the supervision for the control. Call time is needed in each slot, because according to that slot you can allot the time period approximately. So definitely call time is required for the each slot, right? That these are the disadvantages of time division multiple access. Next come to the coded division multiple access. In the coded division multiple access system is very different from time and frequency multiplexing. In this system, user has access to the whole bandwidth for the entire duration. The basic principle is that different CDMA doors are used to distinguish among the different users. So in the coded division multiplexing, CDMA is a broadband system and hence functionality different from FDMA and TDMA. FDMA and TDMA here transmit a storing signal in a narrow frequency band, where CDMA transmits relatively weak signal across a wide frequency band, and it uses spread spectrum technique where each subscriber uses the whole system exclusively to a subscriber. And in CDMA, all subscribers in all a cell use the same frequency band simultaneously. To separate these signals, each subscriber is assigned to orthogonal core called chip. So many different signals baseband with different spreading codes can be modulated on the same carrier to allow many different users to be supported. So there is the baseband, the spectrum is in the coded form, and due to this coded form, it is secure for that type of transmission, because when you hack or try to hack any transmission channel, it should be decoded, otherwise you can read the data, whatever the data will be transmitting. Next is advantages of CDMA. Receivers can be used to improve signal reception, flexible transfer may be used, transmission bursts or reduced interference. Disadvantage, though it is the coded form, so whatever the signals is want to join with that should be in the coded form, otherwise that is not allowed to join with the original signal. So less interference is required. Next, disadvantage of CDMA, the code length must be carefully selected, obviously, because when you coded the signal, or you can say make a cipher codation is cipher techniques used to coded the signal. That means the code length must be carefully selected. A large code length can induce delay or may cause interference. So always try to select the small code for the coding purpose, right? Time synchronization is required. Gradual transfer increases the use of radio resource and may reduce capacity. Next is your space division multiple access or SDMA. Space division multiple access or spatial division multiple access is a technique which is MIMO, a multiple input multiple output architecture, and used mostly in wireless and satellite communication. It has the following features. Now all the users can communicate at the same time using the same channel, I will discuss in your chapter, I think chapter 3, space division multiple your multiplexing, space division multiplexing. All users can communicate at the same time using the same channel. SDMA is completely free from interference. A single satellite can communicate with more satellite receivers of the same frequency. Next is the directional spot beam antennas are used, and hence the base station in SDMA can track a moving user, controls the radiant energy for each user in space. So there is an example of space division multiple access, that the number of the vehicles use the antenna, so many antennas on the top of the vehicle to use the your net service or connected with each other, use the Wi-Fi service, is coming under the SDMA, space division multiple access, right? So these all about the chapter 4 MAC, multiple access controller. And the next we are going to chapter number 5. So this is all about chapter number 4. Thank you to all.